Sign up now at tvg.com.
All right, back to the breaking news, and it involves your 2014 Kentucky Derby and Preakness winner, California Chrome. Marcus Hirsch from the Daily Racing Form reporting that he spoke to trainer Art Sherman and that California Chrome has a bruised cannon bone, and he is likely out the rest of the year. He spoke to Art Sherman, California Chrome, likely out the rest of 2015 with a cannon bone bruise, and he is possible he does not race again if he is retired to stud. This was his last race in which he saw him in the world's richest race at the end of March in the 2015 Dubai World Cup, where he finished a really good second place on that night in Meydan in Dubai. From there, he was sent to England, where they mapped out a very ambitious campaign for him, where he was set to compete at Royal Ascot in one of the top Group 1 races on the turf. Ended up being where those plans didn't even work out for California Chrome. He then came up with a foot issue. Just really seemed like nothing was able to go right ever since he was sent from Meydan Racecourse to Royal Ascot over there. But unfortunate news to report to you from Marcus Hirsch of the Daily Racing Form that California Chrome has suffered a bruised cannon bone. Any more information, we will certainly pass that along to you. If you're just joining us here on TVG, had some breaking news coming down the line just a few moments ago, reported by Marcus Hirsch of the Daily Racing Form, saying that he spoke to trainer Art Sherman regarding California Chrome and that he has suffered a bruised cannon bone, and he is possible he does not race again if he is retired to stud. For more on this, we check in with Mike Joyce and Dave Weaver at Los Alamitos. Just another big hit to the older handicap division, guys.
Well, you see the video right there. He looks terrible. I mean, his ribs are showing. He looks like he's lost about 100 pounds. And he didn't take the trip to England well. I also heard reports that when he made it to England, trainer Ray Guest said he spent the first 2 weeks in his stall, at the back of his stall, because he wasn't happy, because he didn't know anybody or anything around him. He just, basically since the Dubai World Cup, it's been a bad road for California Chrome. He had the abscess, he misses the races there. He comes back and he ships to Arlington, he ends up with a cannon bone bruise. I don't want to blame anyone for the injury, those things happen, but I can't help but think what could have been. I just disagree with the decision to send him all over the world like that. Go to the Dubai World Cup, you have the best horse in the world, that's fine, I don't disagree with it. And he ran very well that day to be second. There's no shame in finishing second in the World Cup. But this is a horse his name's California Chrome. He's a Calbred, this is his home. He could have had the Gold Cup, he could have had the San Diego, he could have had the Pacific Classic, and the Awesome Again, all right in front of him. Nobody would have come in here to take him on. Shared Belief is on the sidelines. He could have won 3 or 4 more graded stakes and gone to the Breeders' Cup with a shot on an American Pharoah, but instead, this crazy idea of running him on the turf in England and taking him to Arlington, we missed seeing him at all, and now with the bone bruise, we might never see him race again. He might be set out to stud.
You think when you take a horse out of their daily regimen, which he was so used to, coming to the track here at Los Alamitos, the surroundings, seeing Art, seeing Raul, seeing, at that time, his exercise rider, Willie, and he was just so comfortable with his daily routine, and then you change that. I mean, that's not, an injury isn't going to happen because of that, but you just take a horse out of their daily routine and things are going to happen, right?
No, but the biggest mistake, and the thing that you should never do, is never take that horse away from Art. And I think by sending him to Dubai and then to England for that long, you took him away from Art. This is the guy who raised this horse, he figured this horse out. Don't forget, California Chrome didn't win his first race and just go on a terrible, a tear through the conditions in the ranks. He was running against Calbreds. It took him a while for him to find his stride. Art Sherman did a masterful job with him. He knew that horse better than anyone. And it's hard to get an animal of that caliber who it took that long to figure out and just start training and be like, okay, this is all great and fun. I take nothing away from Ray Guest. He's one of the best horsemen in England, but Art Sherman, this was his horse. He knew this horse, and I think taking that horse out of Art's hands was a bad move, and most people disagreed with it when it happened. The Dubai World Cup, he absolutely should run it. The move to go to Ascot, I don't think anybody agreed with. The move to come back here and go to Arlington and try to run on the Million, I don't think anybody agreed with. And the Arlington Million's a race that's near and dear to my heart. I grew up in Chicago. My dad was very instrumental in creating that race, and that's, to me, if I were ever to own a horse, that's the one race in the world I would want to win more than anything else. But that's not the horse to do it with. He is a 9-10 furlong dirt horse and one of the best in the world. And they took him on a ride that ended up with us never seeing him after the San Antonio at Santa Anita.
Well, he's a Kentucky Derby winning stallion, but his pedigree isn't through the roof, so he obviously has value as a stallion, being a Kentucky Derby winner. I don't know how much incentive there is to race next year if he is done for the year. There's a very strong chance we'll never see him race again.
Very strong chance, if he's done for this year, that he's done for his career and then
Right.
put him out to stud. You know, far be it from me to tell someone how to do these things, because I've never owned a horse, and I probably will never own a horse of that caliber, but if he were mine, I would race him at 5.
Would you?
Yeah, I would race him at 5. Why? I mean, you know, he's a lucky pulpit out of a mare who we know was purchased for what, $8,000. So it's to me, you know, you have a Derby winner and you have a great horse. He's a runner. Run him.
Well, I'd love to see it. All right.